Hey friends, come hang out with me for a productive day where I'm trying to get my house back in order and also just get back into a normal routine for the fall. I'll be doing lots of cleaning, laundry, cooking, and all the other normal everyday tasks, so feel free to get your to-do list out and get some things done with me. Okay, y'all, I am back from school drop-off this morning and I am ready to tackle my to-do list. For school drop-off in the mornings, I usually leave around 7:05, and depending on traffic, it takes us between 30-35 minutes to get to school if we're lucky. Hopefully there's not like a wreck or anything because we do take the interstate. And then another 30-35 minutes to get back. So by the time I am getting in here and getting started on my to-do list, it is 8:30 a.m. And if you've been around for a while, then you guys already know that before I can get anything else done, I have to get my bed made. This is just kind of one of those tasks that gets me motivated, and I also feel like I can't get anything else done until the bed is made in the morning. Now I'm just spraying the bed down with some Caldrea linen spray. This stuff is so good. I'm actually almost out, so I need to get some more off of Amazon. And the next thing on my to-do list is to start laundry because I have a ton of laundry to do today. I actually already started a load before I left for drop-off this morning. This is my son's clothes, so I'm going to switch those over to the dryer and then go ahead and get another load thrown in.
You started a fire somewhere deep in my mind. See the barbed wire, the place is grown all wide. 'Cause I don't know if it'll be enough, or if they really care. There's a stairway down for the both of us, but let's not go there. You got me thinking, whoa, I don't know how we got here. Oh my, I think we better run. We ought to leave this place tonight, I'm telling you.
Okay, now I'm going to get started on my quiet time, and right now I'm actually doing the Bible study, Preaching the Gospel to Yourself from the Daily Grace Co. And it is so good. It's only 4 weeks long. You do 5 days worth of reading throughout the week, and it goes along with scripture, so it'll tell you what scripture to read. Once you've read your scripture for the day, then you go and read your daily reading that goes along with it. And the reading is not very long. It's usually about 2 pages, and I just go through and highlight the key points that stood out to me while I was reading. And there are questions that it will ask you at the end to kind of help you apply it to your life. I am also doing this on a Facebook group, and so many of you have joined me over the last 5 years. So I go in each day and I'll make a Facebook post, and then we all talk about it in the comments. So if you ever want to join my Bible study Facebook group, we usually do a Bible study together once a year. I will leave the link to that group down in the description box, and you can come join us. Now I have changed into my workout clothes for the day. I actually just got this set off of Amazon. Actually, it didn't come in a set. It came separate, but I think it's so cute. I love these colors together. The shorts are so comfy, perfect for working out, walks, runs, all the things. And then I love this sports bra too. I feel like it has really good support, and I love the color. So I went out to the garage to get my running shoes on, and y'all just ignore all those drinks right there. I need to restock our fridge in the garage. All right, so today I'm going for a 2-mile walk. It felt so good outside this morning. I'm actually listening to None of This Is True on Audible. I'm not very far into the book yet, so I can't really give you a recommendation on this one. It is a little bit different because it has a lot of different like voices and things, so it's a little different than what I'm used to, but I love a good thriller book, and this was recommended to me, so I'm gonna try it out. Hopefully it ends up being a good book. If you ever need any good book recommendations, I am on Goodreads, but I forget to update that a lot. I do have a lot of my books on there that I've loved, But I also try to, as soon as I get done with an Audible book, I try to share it in my Instagram stories, and then I save it to my book reviews highlights. And so I'll kind of share whether I liked it. I'll give it a rating between 1 to 5 stars. Most of the time, the books that I pick are pretty good. So if you ever need any book recommendations, especially if you love the thriller genre, because that's the one that I typically pick the most, I have a ton saved to my Instagram story highlights. All right, I am done with my walk for today, and like I said, I only did 2 miles, and I'm trying to get back into my workout routine, which I will talk about in just a second. But now that I'm done with my walk, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the house. So I'm starting here in the kitchen because this was the worst area, so I wanted to get it done first because I knew it would take me the longest. So I've got to unload the dishes, and then reload the dishwasher and wash dishes that need to be washed by hand. Now, back to my workout routine. I actually get questions quite a bit about what I am doing, what workouts I'm doing, whether I am doing strength workouts, what program, all the things. So I'm gonna be completely honest and let you guys know that over the summer, I have not done very much, and I can feel it. I feel weaker. I feel like I don't have nearly as much energy. So now that the kids are back in school, I'm really excited to get back into my normal workout routine. And my plan is to do walks or walk-run intervals at least 4 days during the week. And then I actually pay for the Sweat app. I have the yearly subscription on my phone, and they have tons of different workout programs. So the one that I'm going to actually start with to just get myself back in that routine of working out and everything is Power Zero Equipment, which is a 16-week program, and you don't need any kind of equipment to do the workouts, and the workouts are usually 25 to 35 minutes, and there are 4 workouts a week. And I'm starting with this one because it's very beginner workout friendly, and I feel like I am just so weak right now. I haven't been doing any kind of strength training stuff over the summer. I did do some walks and runs and stuff like that, but I haven't done a whole lot of like leg workouts or strength training or anything. And so I want to start off slow and not kill myself getting back into all the strength workouts. So I think this program is going to be good, and I love the fact that I can track it all in the app. So this week I'm starting with just getting back to a normal routine of doing walks and runs, and then next week I'm going to actually start adding the strength workouts in, and I am so excited about it. But y'all will have to let me know if you have any workout programs that you guys love too. I know that there are a ton of workout programs on YouTube. I've done a few of those in the past that have been great, and those are all free, so that's awesome. But let us know if there are any other workout programs that you guys really enjoy that others could maybe look into. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting these dishes cleaned and then clean out the sink, and then I'll be moving on to cleaning the rest of the kitchen.
Pack up your suitcase, we'll find a new place. We'll cross the border, can't stay no longer in this town. Somehow in this small place, minds begin to shrink when everyone is too fake. Your hope eventually sinks, 'cause I don't know if it'll be enough, or if there's a way out. There's a stairway down for the both of us, but I won't have it. I don't know how we got here. Oh my, I think we better run. We ought to leave this place tonight, I'm telling you. Pack up your suitcase, we'll find a new place. We'll cross the border, can't stay no longer in this town. I don't wanna waste no time, feel it coming now, it's a sign. Never felt like this in my life, not waiting a minute, awaken my spirit now. You got me thinking, whoa, I don't know how.
Now, we are actually a week into having the kids back at school at the time that I am doing this voiceover. I'm just curious, have your kids already started back school, or when do they start school if they haven't started back yet? If they've already started, how's it going? How's your school year starting out? Our school year has been pretty good so far, but both of the kids have already been sick. So my kids started school on a Wednesday. They went to school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Gracie June woke up with a fever on Saturday morning, stuffy nose, coughing, and she ran a fever Saturday, Sunday, and then I kept her home on Monday because she was still running a fever on Sunday night. And so I kept her home on Monday, and she ended up feeling a whole lot better by the end of the day, and she was fever free and went back to school on Tuesday morning. Well, Tuesday morning, Kason woke up stuffy, having a little bit of congestion and everything. He was not running a fever though, so he never gets sick, you guys. Like, sometimes he'll get like a stuffy nose, but he has not ran a fever in years and years. I don't even remember the last time he had a fever. So when he was telling me he was stuffy, I was like, yeah, I mean, we all feel like we have a scratchy throat. We're all feeling stuffy right now. I was like, you'll be fine. Well, he came home from school, and as soon as he got home, I could tell, like, his face was red, his eyes were a little glossy, and the first thing he said when he walked in the door was, "It is freezing in here." And so immediately I knew something was wrong because he is never cold. So I took his temperature. It was right at 100. And then so he ended up staying home Wednesday and Thursday. He didn't run a fever. It was a while. So we had given him some medicine like during the night on Tuesday night. And then he didn't run a fever again until almost the end of the day on Wednesday. So it was like dinner time. He started running a fever again. So I kept him home on Thursday. Thursday, without any medication or anything, he didn't have a fever all day. So he went back to school on Friday. And I just remember from being a teacher, like, the back to school germs are the worst. Every year I would get a scratchy throat at the beginning of the school year. The kids would all come down with something. And I think it's just because, we've been not around a whole bunch of people for the whole summer, and now you're around a bunch of people and all the germs, and I have to keep reminding my kids, like, please make sure that you are washing your hands before you eat. Wash your hands as many times as you can throughout the day because you're getting other people's germs and your body's just getting used to being back around a bunch of people. But I'm so glad that they're both feeling better. They're both back at school, and I'm hoping that Chance and I don't start running fevers. We both have been feeling like congested and everything, but neither one of us have ran a fever so far, so hopefully we're good. All right, so now I'm actually taking down our back to school breakfast stuff, and this was on a Monday when I filmed it. So the kids had already been back to school for 3 days, and I was just getting around to finally taking care of this stuff. So I'm gonna finally pop these balloons. I cannot believe how well these lasted. I blew them up on July 21st because we used them for Gracie June's birthday balloon arch on July 22nd. We used them again a few weeks later for a cheer birthday party, and then a few weeks after that I used them again, or at least part of the balloons I used for the back to school breakfast. So these super inexpensive Amazon balloons that came in a set for like $15 ended up lasting me from July 21st to August 19th. I would say that I got a good bit of use out of those. And I was so excited to get that pencil, fringe pencil that I made in my last video. I am giving that to one of my teacher friends. She's a pre-K teacher, and she's going to use it in her classroom. It's going to be so cute in there. All right, now I'm going to get the living room all cleaned up. I actually needed to vacuum. When I was pulling the pillows off, I noticed that there was some popcorn kernels, cat hair, those kind of things on the couch. So I'm going to vacuum these really quick and then put all of our pillows and throw blankets back on the couches. And then I'm actually going to take a little lunch break.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches heels. I am not pretending, I'm born like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman.
24 hours straight. Wasting all your thoughts just to criticize, but there are plenty more ways to think. I'm not pretending, I'm more like this.
Okay, it is 12:05 and I am starving. So I'm going to be doing some turkey and cheese wraps. I just do some provolone cheese with a little bit of deli meat turkey on a tortilla, wrap it up, heat it up on the stove, and then I've got some chips and of course a Diet Dr. Pepper to go with it. And I did sit down for a little bit and eat my lunch, check some emails, catch up on some comments, things like that. And now I am done with my lunch, so I'm gonna go ahead and start dinner. I'm throwing 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts into a crock pot. I'm making a bunch of chicken for chicken enchiladas, and I don't know why, but chicken in the crock pot is just the best to me. And it's also easy. So I'm just throwing the chicken in the crock pot, put a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and then a little bit of chicken broth. I'm gonna cook this on high for 3.5 hours. Now I'm gonna mop the floors really quick. I will come back and show you the rest of the recipe later in the video when I'm cooking it at dinner time. Now, if you didn't know, I've started sharing my recipes that I typically share over on Instagram. I do put these in my cleaning videos sometimes, like today I'm putting a recipe within the cleaning video, but I know that a lot of times you guys will ask me like, hey, I remember you sharing that $1 million spaghetti recipe. What video is it in? Where can I find it? And it's just a lot harder for me to go back and find it that way, and it's also harder for you guys to watch a full recipe when it's within a video like this. So I do share a ton of these crockpot recipes, easy weeknight recipes over on Instagram, and they're all in reels, so they're less than 1.5 minutes long. So because you guys are always requesting these recipes on YouTube and want to be able to find them super easy, I've started sharing those exact same recipe reels over here on TikTok, but because they're over 1 minute, I can't share them as shorts, so they're just a regular YouTube video, but they are super short, easy to follow along with if you are wanting to make that recipe. And I'll be very honest with you guys and transparent. I started my YouTube channel over 7 years ago, and I have always played the YouTube game. Well, not always. I guess once my channel took off and I realized that I could actually monetize this and use this as money as a stay-at-home mom to replace my teacher income, because I became a stay-at-home mom after teaching for 9.5 years. So YouTube has an algorithm just like any other social media platform. And I quickly figured out that in order for my channel to do well, to grow, for my views to grow, and be able to consistently bring home a paycheck, I had to constantly share the same types of videos, which I love. You guys, I love sharing the cleaning motivation. I love sharing routines. That's the kind of stuff that I like to watch. So I love sharing that with y'all. But anytime that I would post just a recipe video on its own, it bombed, and then the next video on my channel wouldn't do well. So I started literally just leaning into the cleaning motivation. Within the last couple years, I have started throwing in a ton of other things. So like today, I showed part of my workout. I showed more of like a routine style video and a day in the life type video, but it's also got cleaning motivation in it. And I say all this to say, long story short, I guess, that whenever I post just a recipe video, especially because it's only 1.5 minutes long, it doesn't do as well on YouTube. YouTube's not going to push it out for me. They're not going to share it with a ton of people because it's not a long video. It's not going to keep people on YouTube as long as like a cleaning video would that's 30 minutes long. So with that being said, I would love some help from you guys in being able to get these videos out there. I'll be posting a new recipe video every single Thursday. Like I said, they're less than 1.5 minutes, so it's super easy to watch them and even share them with a friend. So if you want to help me out, you could comment on the video, send it to a friend that you think would enjoy the recipe, It's super easy for them to watch because it's less than a minute and a half. And then you can even save the recipes in a playlist for yourself for later if you want to go back and actually make that recipe. And I have created a playlist. It's called Recipes. It's on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, go to playlist, you can see it right there in that playlist. So all those videos will be saved there. Now, some weeks I'm sharing crock pot dinners. Sometimes it's a dump and bake dinner. Just things that we eat on a normal basis. Most of them are very family friendly and good for like picky eaters. So if you enjoy seeing that type of content, you like those kind of recipes being shared, and you like the fact that you can easily go to my page and find the recipe without having to look through a bazillion different cleaning videos, then definitely let me know and like, comment, reshare those videos so that way I know to keep sharing them over here on YouTube. And thank you so much for all the love and support. I just can't believe how amazing this community has been to me over the last 7 years. It's so crazy. I cannot believe I've been doing YouTube that long. I just love y'all so much. Y'all seriously have been the most supportive and such a big part of my life over the last 7 years. So thank y'all for being here and taking time out of your busy schedules to hang out with me. I love y'all so much. Okay, so back to the cleaning. I am doing the mopping with my Tenco. This is the One Floor S5. So I am vacuuming and mopping my floors all at the same time. This thing is a lifesaver, has saved my back, and also made me want to do my floors a lot more often, honestly. Now, I don't always go over my rugs with this, but today I was lazy and didn't feel like switching vacuums because I do have the Dyson V15 Detect. It's a cordless vacuum, and no other excuse other than I was just being lazy and decided to just run this over the rugs really quick today. I do this every now and then. But that is why the water, when I dumped it into the toilet, that's why the water was so dark. Anytime I go over the rugs, the water is like black. It's so funny. So obviously I need to deep clean my rugs pretty soon. I need to pull out my carpet cleaner and deep clean my rugs. If you don't have a cordless vacuum mop combo like this one, I highly recommend it. I used to have the Tenco iFloor 2. That one is a great one too. So if you're on a huge budget and you want like the cheapest you can find, I would suggest that one. It does an amazing job on the floors as well. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get this one, it's still not super expensive because they do have other newer versions than this one. So this is kind of like the middle ground, I guess. But this one's a lot more advanced, I guess, than the iFloor 2. But like I said, I love it because it vacuums and mops at the same time. So it definitely saves me a ton of time. I don't have to go around and vacuum and then mop my floors. So it cuts my cleaning time in half. It saves my back because with a traditional mop, you're, bending over and you're putting a lot more arm power, back power into scrubbing the floors. So this thing is awesome. I highly, highly recommend it if you don't have one.
It's so extreme and I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman.
Okay, the house is all clean and now it's time to sit down and fold a little bit of laundry. I'm going to be folding my son's laundry for right now, and then the one that I started in the wash machine I just put in the dryer. So right now I've got this load of laundry to fold, and while I'm folding laundry I'm actually watching TV. This is like my time where I get to watch a show that I'm into, and all summer I haven't really had any shows that I've been watching, but during the fall is like the best time for TV because I've got all my favorite shows going. Emily in Paris is what I'm watching right now, and I actually have, I think, 1 or 2 episodes left. And is anybody else annoyed with the fact that Netflix keeps putting out half the series at one time and then the other half like a couple months later? It must be a good strategy because they're doing it with like all the good TV shows lately, but I'm annoyed by it. Also, if you've watched Emily in Paris, are you Team Alfie or Team Gabriel? I am actually probably in the minority. I did a poll over on Instagram, so most people said that they were Team Gabriel, but I'll be honest, I am Team Alfie, at least so far. Like I said, the season's not over, and I still have 1 or 2 more episodes till I'm done with this halfway part of the season. But right now, I'm Team Alfie. I feel like from the beginning, he has really liked Emily and gone after her and known what he's wanted. But Gabriel was always like wishy-washy. So, and I just feel like their whole relationship is a big love triangle where Gabriel, on the other hand, like, he's committed to her, you know? So anyways, that's my spiel on Emily in Paris. But also right now we've got Big Brother going on, and that is 3 episodes a week. So that is keeping me busy and up to date with my laundry routine. And then also a new season of The Challenge just came out from MTV. So I've got all the good shows going right now, and that's what I've been watching. But y'all let me know, what are your shows? What have you been watching? Any like good ones that you want to recommend so we can check them out. Okay, laundry is done. I'm going to go put this basket in my son's room so he can put his laundry away once he gets home from school. And now we are finishing dinner. This is later in the evening. We have already gotten the kids back home from school. They've done their homework, all the things. And so I am starting on dinner. Okay, so y'all know we love our meat shredder. We use it all the time when we're cooking anything in the crock pot and we need to shred up some meat. Well, I got a new one, not that I needed a new one, but I got this one because it has a clear top and I thought it would look cool to be able to see the meat getting shredded like on video. So I got this new one, and Chance actually took it out of the box and put it in the cabinet and everything. So I thought he had washed it. Well, apparently not, because that little white part that you see around the chicken shredder is actually a piece of cardboard that was still on there. So I made this entire meal, or I shredded all that chicken with the cardboard still on it, and I guess it wasn't washed, but oh well. Kids had already been sick, so I guess a little bit more germs aren't gonna hurt. So now that we have our chicken all shredded, I am gonna be preparing our chicken enchiladas. I just added in some cream cheese, some shredded cheddar, and I just kind of eyeballed the shredded cheddar, just putting more if I thought I needed more. And then I'm going to put in some garlic powder. And then next, I'm just taking my soft shell tacos. I'm going to fill it with that chicken mixture. And I made a lot of chicken, so I ended up having some chicken left over, which I just stored in the fridge. And you could use it on like a salad or put it in another tortilla and make like a quesadilla out of it, whatever you want to use the extra chicken for. I did fill up these tortillas pretty heavily with that chicken mixture. I wanted to have lots of chicken in there. I rolled them up in the tortillas and then lined them in this 13x9 baking dish. And then I'm going to make the chicken enchilada sauce on the stove. So for our chicken enchilada sauce, I'm taking 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt that, and then 3 tablespoons of flour. Just kind of whisk all of that together. And then I just kind of eyeballed it, but probably about a tablespoon of taco seasoning, and you're going to mix that all together. Okay, once that's been cooking for a couple of minutes, it's going to look like this, and then you're going to pour in 2 cups of chicken broth. Whisk that together, and then once that kind of thickens up a little bit, we're going to add in some shredded cheese. I'm doing about a cup of shredded cheese. Mix that all up until your cheese is melted, and then you're going to add in 3/4 cups of sour cream and a can of green chilies. Now we're just going to pour that enchilada sauce on top of our enchiladas and then top it with cheese and throw it in the oven on 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20-25 minutes. Now this is one of those recipes where you could actually double up and make 2 pans of this and freeze one and have a whole recipe in your freezer for another week. Now, after it's done cooking, you can just add whatever toppings you like. I do shredded lettuce, some pico, and a little more sour cream on top. This recipe is so easy, it's so delicious, and it's also really good as leftovers. Now, I will be sharing this recipe in a shorter version at some point here on YouTube, so be on the lookout for that if you need to save it for later. All right, so we ended our day with a little dinner and watching the Braves game and getting the kids ready for bed. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today, that you got a little bit of motivation for your Monday. Y'all have an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.